Not this fucking economy. I miss cheese. I really miss it. I miss it. I used to buy goat cheese, these little logs at Fred Meyer for like $6. Over the last 2 years, I've watched them go from 6 to 7 to 8 to 9 to 10. Now, sometimes they'll go on sale for $8.99, but even then, I can't justify buying it. God damn. Sometimes, if I like get lucky and get a lot of work in one week. But even now, like with everything else going up, uh, there are so many things that I go without. Shampoo. I have some now, so don't stress. But like, I went too long without it, and I was like, my head was getting itchy, and I'm like, I'm showering, but just water isn't sufficient. Um, Other types of food, like I've lost probably 20 pounds in the last year, and I don't want to lose weight. Like that's not good for me. When you work manual labor, and I know that there are like food banks and whatnot, but the options are generally like it's uh it's a calculus of sorts where is eating this highly processed shit going to help or hurt me more than going without? And some people might not agree with that mathematics, but those are people who don't care about their health. And so I wanted to make a video titled something along the lines of economic injustice fuels radicalism. I'm tired, so I don't know where this is going to go, but I just want to get a video out. Uh, so here we go. The rise in communism and socialism and all of these collectivist ideals has allowed has been allowed to happen because this economy fucking sucks, bro and broette. I don't blame people for being really mad about what's going on. And I don't blame people for looking for alternatives. I don't blame people who are psychologically fractured for looking for a way out. I blame those who see how broken the system is, yet don't care to change it. Those are the people who deserve the blame. Historically, they would potentially have been called reactionaries. People might think I'm a reactionary because I'm an anti communist, but I'm not. Too many people have it just good enough that they're afraid of change. Too many people think that if they lose a little bit of what they have, their life won't be as good as they think it is. Too many people are complicit in perpetuating these toxic paradigms that allow these shitty ideologies to manifest in our youth's minds. That's why communism is so popular right now, because so many young people see a future where they are not going to own a home, where they're not going to be able to start a family. And it's not a matter of education, it's not a matter of skill, it's a matter of dignity. And no jobs afford, okay, I'm hyperbolic. Fewer and fewer jobs afford people decent, dignified wages. Yes, people should contribute to their communities, but we need to get away from this notion that your sole contribution should come in the form of working a 9 to 5 or working a job. I look out into our communities and I think of ways that the elderly could be more involved in our communities, not necessarily in a work capacity, but in a just volunteering, like taking the grandkids to the park and cleaning up their parks and cleaning up our cities and just being in the community. I made a video talking about stay-at-home moms and how they're undervalued in our economy. If we want to combat communism, we need to provide people with a future. And right now, a lot of people don't see a future. And just telling people that their degrees are worthless and that they wasted their time is not a good solution. That's only furthering the radicalization. So what do we do? What do we do? Because people on the right and the left will agree that economic injustices are occurring. And there is, I believe, a large amount of overlap between the two if they would just sit at the table and talk. Most people don't want to be bombing the fucking Middle East, whether you're right or left. The average American doesn't want to be bombing the fucking Middle East. Most people hate how wasteful our bureaucratic and administrative state has become, how wasteful and corrupt it is on the right and the left. There is so much opportunity for class unification here. However, that's the point of the culture war, is to keep us divided so we do not rise up as average Americans who just want to live what used to be the average American dream, which was a white picket fence and a little family. But that's no longer the American dream, and I get that. But like we could maybe modify it and update it to a little bit of land and freedom and space. Do with what you want with it. Do what you want. But you don't have to have a white picket fence. You don't have to conform to a sense, but you need a little bit of land and some space, the homestead. I've met so many LGBTQ people who also understand the importance of land, of sustainability. So there's a very big overlap in the class war if people will come to the table. Through all of this rambling, hopefully maybe that can be the crux of the message. Economic injustices fuel radicalism. And I miss cheese. Thank you very much.